to know the real Jesus. Look, Jesus was very loving. He was very sweet-natured and kind to the broken. To the poor, to the people suffering with leprosy, to prostitutes and beggars and lepers and the outcasts and misfits and rejects, to people who were never welcome in the synagogues, who could never darken the door of synagogues because they wouldn't be allowed, they would be kicked out or stoned. Jesus went to them. He didn't ostracize them and cast them out and tell them they weren't good enough. He went to them and ate with them. He sweated and bled with them. He loved on the lost. He said he came for sinners, not to call them righteous. And when he said righteous, he was being sarcastic because their righteousness wasn't real righteousness. Just like the Pharisees of today in our churches, their righteousness isn't real righteousness, it's fake. Their idea of holiness is they look down their nose and they think they're cleaner and more pure and better than other people. But real holiness is walking in obedience to the words of Jesus. In other words, being a merciful person, being a loving person, a forgiving person, a kind-hearted person, a meek person, a humble person, a person who doesn't chase after money and pursue riches, but instead chases after the kingdom of God. A person who feeds the hungry, gives strength to the thirsty, visits those in prison and the sick. Those are all the things Jesus asked his followers to do. And that's real holiness. Walking with him, being intimate with God, being loving and sweet and kind, and bearing fruit, and being humble. That's real holiness. But the church is full of fake holiness. These religious people, these Pharisees, they have fake holiness. What they call holiness is nothing but pride and arrogance and a condescending attitude. That is not holiness. Don't be deceived. Don't be turned away from God by them. One of my favorite chapters, even though Jesus was a friend to all these sinners and prostitutes and these people, even though he was so kind-hearted and soft to them, he had a terribly abrasive side. He was completely different with those who were trapped in their religious pride. With them, he became as ruthless as they were. He called them a brood of vipers. He said that they're like whitewashed tombs. On the outside they look clean and pure, but on the inside they're full of dead men's bones and everything unclean. He told them they travel over land and sea to make one proselyte, one convert. And when they do, they become twice as much a child of hell as they are. Well, he said some really strong words. He made them so angry they gnashed their teeth. They growled at him like a dog, like a rabid dog. Jesus made them so angry because they were bound up in their religious pride. He tried to break their pride. He told them, you shut the kingdom of heaven in men's faces. You yourselves won't go in, nor will you allow others to go in. And that's what's happened in our modern day Pharisees, with our modern day Pharisees. They shut the kingdom of heaven up in people's faces. They're condemning, and they're out there telling you, you're going to burn in hell. They think they're speaking the truth, but they're not doing it in love. They're not. The focus of the gospel is not that, yes, this world will be destroyed. And yes, there is coming a day of judgment. And yes, God is just. But the focus of the Bible is mercy. That's the whole reason Jesus came to die. The Bible even says in John 3:16 and 17, which you probably know. You probably know 3:16, but verse 17 is just as important. It comes right after it. For God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in him would have everlasting life. And then it says, God did not send his Son into the world to condemn the world, but to save the world. The Bible says it right there. Read Matthew chapter 23 if you want to see the angry side of Jesus. But Jesus never got angry at the broken and those who were suffering and those who were humble. And he got angry at the Pharisees, the Sadducees, the church people of his day, the religiously prideful, self-righteous people who walked around with fake holiness, but no love in their heart, no kindness, no gentleness, no meekness. Those are the people he got angry with. Read Matthew chapter 23. I'm telling you, you gotta get to know the real Jesus. If you don't, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, he is not who you think he is. Just like the song says, he's not who you think he is. In more ways than one. So I hope I hope this motivates you not to give up. If you think you know Jesus and you've been turned off by people's hypocrisy, or you've been turned off by people who called themselves his followers, but they did mean, nasty, horrible things to you in his name, please know that that's not Jesus. That's not the real Jesus. They were counterfeits. They were fakes. They were plastic. They weren't real. They weren't really following him and obeying him. Get in his word. Give him a chance. And you will see he is the truth and the light and the way. And he loves you so much. It's not who you think he is. I love you. Good night.